I go to a lot of events, but those were the ones that are on the top of my head. We'll definitely be at the Emerald Cup, and we'll definitely be at the
Yes.
California State Fair, because I don't know
Oh,
if you
yeah.
know yet, but this year the California State Fair has changed the rules, and they'll be allowing sales and consumption of cannabis in the state fair. So that
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, yeah, right? Wine and cheese has been popping for years, so let us in right into that. That's awesome. I think, I've watched that, event or, organization put that on, and I know they started opening it up to the cannabis, and they're able to have awards there, they were able to exhibit, but I think that was the tidbit that nobody was able to consume, so hearing that is really exciting. And on that note, I will want to ask you about what you think about the federal changes going on. Do you think, we have an up in that, or where's your stance on that?
So the only thing that we'll probably get is the rescheduling, and it could be
Reschedule.
so reschedule from it's 250 pages, so I haven't gone through all of it yet, but they released it unredacted last week of the HHS recommendation, and it was a breath of fresh air to finally see a federal agency admitting that cannabis has medical value. Now, the final decision is the DEA. I don't see how they're able to fight it this time, but the DA has stonewalled the cannabis community and industry for decades. So we'll see that, and that will have good implications. It will get rid of the tax code 280E, so businesses will finally be able to deduct their business expenses.
Oh, that's what that
But
was.
then
Okay.
it starts putting us under the umbrella of the FDA. So, you know, there's a lot of stuff that you buy in the pharmacy that's a Schedule 3 drug, and it's going to be a very interesting way of how they're going to synchronize, because there's so many markets already in all these different states. How they're going to do it, I don't want you have your 6 plants in your garage. You're not going to, it's going to be ridiculous if the FDA is going to regulate that. Now, if you're going to claim that your product heals stage 4 cancer, then yes, you definitely should be regulated by the FDA. So it's definitely going to be an interesting thing this year. We're probably going to get some kind of announcement in Q2. Then there's going to be public comments. So probably the rescheduling will happen towards the end of the year. But besides that, unfortunately, because the new Speaker of the House is anti-cannabis, he kind of said that we can kiss goodbye seeing anything making it through the House, which is unfortunate because the Safer Banking Act, which is another really important thing for cannabis companies, has the last count 67 senators willing to vote on it, but they're not going to introduce it in the Senate till they know it's going to pass the House. And the unfortunate thing is that bill has passed the House 7 times in the past. So now the Senate's finally on board and the House is, and so I'll be hopeful, but unfortunately, I don't see much. The rescheduling will be huge, but I don't see that much more happening on the federal level this year.
Yeah, I'm not into the legislative part of things. I don't lobby. However, I always feel like once they figure things out for themselves, then that means that they usually have the hand up some way, somehow. So